to go. देखो सुनो मत बोलो. Wherever, whenever, whatever you are, be 100% कर्नाटक. किसी को आओ मत कहो, किसी को जाओ मत कहो. ना कुछ पाना ना कुछ खोना. Who asked you live at zero complete level? मौज में रहो, be happy.
Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Living happily is easier than living miserably. We are happy, we become miserable. And because we become miserable, then we start seeking happiness. And we start seeking happiness, we become more miserable. The most miserable search is the search for happiness. Don't search anywhere. And it can be achieved only by proper thinking. See, friends, our understanding is because there are thoughts in my mind, therefore I am a thinker. Because there are trees, plants, therefore it can be a garden or it can be a jungle. In both the places there are trees and plants. Now between these two places, where we find at home feeling? In the jungle? No. When we are in the jungle, we are tired, frustrated and fearful. Because the trees are growing at random. There is no discipline. Any tree is growing anywhere, and in that all kinds of animals are walking, and among them one animal is ourselves. See, friends. Contrary to that, if we go to the garden, see, who goes to garden? There are two types of people going to garden. Those who are not at home with themselves. Those who are at peace with themselves, they don't have to go anywhere. Those who are not at peace with themselves, then they think, let's go to the garden. And after going to garden, what is our experience? This is where we have to understand. In garden, our experience is we are at peace and we enjoy. Now what is the reason? Both the places there are trees and plants. But in one place we are happy, in other place we are not. See? And second important principle. All experiences happen only in the mind. Nothing happens to the body. This we should be clear in our understanding. See, my lips are not talking. My tongue is not talking. See, wagging of the tongue is called as talking, is it not? Like the dogs wag the tail. Those who are blabber masters, non-stop, blah, 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 no stop. So they are not talking, this is wagging of the tongue. See? Therefore, if simply I keep on wagging my tongue, this is not a speech. But behind that, there must be mind. See, similarly, your ears are not hearing. There is somebody who is hearing. Now that body decides whether you are listening or not. Be very attentive. Ears are hearing, but somebody is listening. Now while you are listening here or hearing, suddenly you become somebody. Like you become a brother, sister, mother, father, husband, wife, officer, subordinate, hospital, corona. The moment you become somebody, although you are hearing, you are not listening, because mind is not behind the words. This should be clear in our mind. See? And this principle I learned this. Now you are also hearing, I also heard it. But I learnt it in my life personally when I went through some experience. When my toe was operated, that time the doctor gave local anesthesia, and after 15-20 minutes he cut open and started doing it. And I was watching that. And I had the feeling, I have become a great yogi. Now nothing can touch me. Ha ha. And I was so happy that I achieved everything in my life for 15 minutes. After 15 minutes, when the meditation was over, then the pain started. Oh God, it is so bad. That day I discovered all experiences happen in the mind. See? And if we know the working of the mind, then only you can control the mind. Then only you can discover happiness. See? It's so important, my friends, to understand these basics. Many of us know how to drive a car. Now here you don't have to even change the gear. It happens automatically. But if the car stops somewhere, we do not know what is below the bonnet. In the same manner, our mind is running here and there, and we do not know what is happening below the bonnet. How the things are happening. See? And because of that, Bhagavad Gita is given to us. See? In some college in India, one professor asked me, Swamiji, please give the gist of Bhagavad Gita for our students. I said, gist? Yes. Then I said, my lecture will be over in 10 seconds. You can tell Bhagavad Gita in 10 seconds? I said, yes. Please tell. I said, you know what is Bhagavad Gita? Our Maha Mantra that you have heard just now. You take this Maha Mantra with you, you will never be miserable in life. What is the Maha Mantra? Wherever you are, whenever you are, whatever you are, be 100%. See? Where was Arjun? On the battlefield. What was he as a warrior? When was he during the war? There is no problem. But what happened? Where he was, he knew. When he was, he knew. But what he was, he didn't know. Whether he is a grandson to Bhishmacharya, or he is a disciple to Dronacharya, or his brother to the Kauravas, who is he? Or he is a warrior. All the problems of our life are because of this confused identity. We all suffer from the identity crisis. At a given period of time, who am I? And see, the whole Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan Sri Krishna told Arjuna. And how he told, and how Arjuna heard. See, intellectuals are intelligently miserable. Intelligent people are never miserable. See, intellectuals decide, under this condition, anybody will be miserable and I am that. So continue. Tathastu. See, friend, don't justify you are miserable. This is what Arjuna did. And how Bhagavan Krishna told him the whole Upadesha, Prasanniva Bharata. He was talking smilingly and Arjuna was all the day crying. See? And not only that, he started teaching wisdom and Dharma Shastra to Bhagavan Krishna. Because Bhagavan Krishna, what he knows? See, friends. And then whatever was told by Bhagavan Krishna to Arjun, none of that Arjuna practiced. Why? Where was the Bhagavad Gita delivered? See? It was not delivered like we are talking. It was delivered between the two armies. See? In the din and roar of the war, that it was told. So therefore, you don't expect, when Bhagavan Krishna said in 6th chapter, Shucho deshe pradishtapya sthiram asanam atmanaha natyuchritam nati nicham chailajana kushottaram tatraikagram manakrutva. No. There was no time for him to do meditation. There was no time to take the mala in the hand. There was no time to study the scriptures. There was no time to do yoga. There was no time to do dharma shastra, dhanam. Then what happened? Only one thing. And that is our issue in life. See? Issue is identity crisis. After having read or heard whole Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan Sri Krishna did not ask Arjun, Arjun, did you get the knowledge? He didn't ask this question. See? Kachid eta shrutam partha tvaya ekagrena chetasa kachid ajnana sammoha. Has your delusion gone or not? So what is the issue in our life? Issue is this delusion identity crisis. This identity crisis makes us miserable. And Arjuna also replied the same way. He did not say, yes, I got the knowledge, now I can also go and deliver lectures. No. See? He very clearly said that Nashto mohaha smritihi labdha tat prasadat mayachyuta stitosmi gata sandehaha karishye vachanam tava. O Lord, all my delusion has gone. See? Be very attentive. If you are studying and listening to Bhagavad Gita, you have lost your right to be miserable. You have no right now. Oh, dukhi bhi nahi hone dete. Bilkul nahi. You cannot now. You have lost your right. See? But what happens? We go and read Gita and chant and have the study class and give, like me, giving lectures. Everything is done. And yet we complain. See, in this place this is not good. I am not getting good food and it is too hot, blah, 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 blah. Where that Bhagavad Gita has gone? Remember, the symptoms of a sincere student of Gita is he is living happily in this world. What Arjun did in the first chapter? Justification. Friends, don't justify you are miserable. Don't justify. One lady in Delhi, Punjaban, after my lecture was over, she came as if she wanted to catch my collar. Therefore, I don't have collar. And then she said, what is this all the time telling, be happy, be happy, be happy, get married and show? That means marriage is a license to be miserable, tathastu. Friends, don't justify you are miserable. Life becomes very easy. And then you can take the next step. Who is miserable? See? Body is not miserable. Mind is not miserable. Like eyes are seeing red color, yellow color, green color. Eyes are not miserable. See? Then I don't like yellow, dirty fellow. Now this liking, disliking is where? It is not in the vision. Our ears also, they hear all the sounds. The glory of Bhagavan also heard by the same ears, and the abuses are also heard by the same ears. Now we are going deeper, be attentive. Similarly, Sugandha or Durgandha, both are felt only by the same nose. Good thoughts and bad thoughts, all of them are abiding only in the mind. Therefore, where is the problem? The problem is when we get identified and give extra importance to something special, samsara begins. My friends, spiritual life and to live happily, the simplest technique I'll tell you, be ordinary. Don't have to be extraordinary. Drop extra, all extra, including fat. Lead cheerful and happily. Because what happens, whenever we become extraordinary, we separate ourselves from the masses. Now take this example. Yellow color is separate from the red color. Red color is separate from the blue color. Blue is separate from the white. So they are extra, separate, specific. But if you come to the color, color is non-specific. Therefore, if we really want to live happily, this technique you try. Give yourself zero choice. Whatever is available, enjoy. See, I'll tell you my Mahamantra. Now here I have come for 5 days, 6 days, no? So when I landed here in LA, I started counting down. 6. When I came, my host and hostile, they were happy. Thereafter, one day gone, they became more happy. Then another day gone, they became more happy. And the last day, they are at the peak of happiness, Swamiji gone. And suppose I come here and have no plans of going back. Then they will ask me, Swamiji, how much we have to pay to get out? Friends, we are in this world not to stay permanently. See? As long as you are here, you be happy, that's it. Don't we like happy people? And how they are happy? Because they are not specific, they are common. The more miserable we are, stronger is our ego. See, small kids, you scold them, I will not talk to you, we are very bad, for 5 minutes. Again, after 2 minutes, hey, mama, I want this. Forgotten. But oldies, see? I remember when in that marriage, 60 years before, your father-in-law has not touched my father-in-law's feet. Now where are they? Both of them are dead. And this Dumbo is carrying the burden of that father-in-law. See, friends, these are the things about the mind we have to learn. So you see, there is a beautiful garland on our Ganeshji there. You have all seen there. We all see the garland. And we praise also. So nice, so beautiful. But have we analyzed what a garland is? See? Garland is the flowers collected randomly and put together through a string. And a beautiful garland is born. This I am telling you from my Mumbai experience. If there are many flowers, a long garland. If few flowers, small garland. In Bombay, for Ganapati, they give a garland with 3 flowers. Sattva, Rajas, Tamas. 3 flowers. No 4th flower. Be attentive. As the number of flowers are reducing, garland is becoming less. Clear? Now, if there is only 1 flower, you cannot make a garland, is it not? Now apply this principle. Oldies, जाने कहाँ गए वो दिन. When we were small, during our time, we used to go to school without feet, without the shoes, and we used to, our chaddi used to come inherited from the first brother. These days, Are Ram, 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 Ram. Why do you go back? See, Bhagwan says in the 10th chapter, Niti Rasmi Jigishitam. He said, I am the planning ability to improve the future, that I am. He has not said, I am the culture and tradition. No, he didn't say anywhere. But we get lost only in the past. And therefore, longer the past, more is the burden on our head. And when I am living all the time past, talking about past, then what will I talk? See? Like the other day, somebody asked me, Swamiji, please talk about the Sindhi culture. Now, I have not studied Sindhi culture. I know only one thing about Sindhis, papadam. So I start, Sindhi culture means you start your day with a fanning with a papad. That's all I can know. So when I have not studied, how can I tell? And if we are studying only our past, what will I talk? I will talk only then. When we were there, who asked you? One of the Mahamantra? Who asked you? How many times we keep on talking, it is not necessary. See, friends. Therefore, when we really want to understand what is our problem is identity crisis. So how to get out of it? Wherever you are, whenever you are, whatever you are, be 100%. Now at this moment, if you are remaining 100% as the seeker of truth, for what you have come, you will not get disturbed at all. But the past is called in Sanskrit as Bhutkal. Now imagine if somebody is possessed by a bhoot, how he behaves. क्या हो भूत चढ़ गया. See? All the time talking about past. Now be very attentive. I am taking you still deeper. Past belongs to the body, not to you. Body was a baby. Body started growing vertically and hit the ceiling, but didn't want to stop growing. Then started growing horizontally. And ultimately a round figure happened. See? But in and through all that, the principle which was supporting all the changes has never grown or reduced. See? Now if you want to come to this reality, this simple technique, do not talk about your past. These are very important things, my friends. Whenever we talk past, we are talking about the ourselves or about others. And whenever we are talking to ourselves, then we talk about the future. Recognize these two directions where our mind runs. This is what Arjun said. If the war happens, so many people will be killed. Now in the war, people will be killed. It is not a maternity ward that the people will be born there. And Bhagavan Krishna didn't know that. In the war, people will be killed, naturally. See? This is how, when we refuse to remain in the present, a personality is born. Like the garland. Garland appears but doesn't exist. If you cut the thread, remove all the flowers and the thread together and weigh, it will be the same weight like that of a garland, because nothing is lost. In the same manner, all the buddies that we were right from childhood till death, they are connected through the thread of consciousness. And therefore, a non-existing, fictitious personality is born. See, Be very attentive. I am telling you deep things. Has anybody ever written autobiography of a dreamer? Why? Because one dreamer has no relationship with the other dreamer. For every dream, there is a new dreamer. In one dream, I was a king. In another dream, I was a beggar. In the third dream, I was a college professor. In the fourth dream, I was a terrorist. Do I write an autobiography? No. As for every dream, there is a separate dreamer. For every waking experience, there is a separate waker. If you take this principle, you will be relaxed in life. There was one man, I don't know where is he now. He came and he said, Swamiji, I want to tell something about me and then you advise me for my spiritual life. I said, before you start, you listen to me. Number one, I don't want to know anything about you. Number two, I love you as you are. No, but Swami, look here. When I am ready to accept you, why don't you drop your dead past? See, friends, why this happens? Be attentive. We are hanging on to the past because of one disease, and that disease is body identification. When I was a child means what? When body was child and I was identified with that, now the body has gone, the child has gone. Now who are you present? Be that. My friends, it is not difficult if we are committed to live happily. But then once we get, it is like the eczema itch. Eczema itch? When those people who have got eczema, when they go on scratching, they are not suffering, they are enjoying. But others suffer. Hey, yaar, stop that. Blood is coming out. Stop that. Then he does, oh, I'm so sorry. Exactly the same way. We keep on digging our dirty past. See? In this manner, when Bhagavan Sri Krishna told Arjun, has your delusion gone? And Arjun said, Nashto moha. Now what was the delusion? Delusion was this, whether I am a grandson or a disciple or a brother or a warrior. This was the thing. So all the things that Bhagavan Krishna has told Arjun was only this much statement. Wherever you are, whenever you are, whatever you are, be 100%. So if you are in front of your father, be only son or daughter. About this I will tell you one example. There was one doctor from here only, and she happened to come to Delhi. That time I was in Delhi. She was listening me here in USA for many years. And when she came, because her father had some heart problem, so she came. And thereafter, after 2 days, she came to meet me in my satsang. He said, Swamiji, I want to come with you for breakfast. I said, come. भिखारी की यहाँ जो मिलेगा खाना पड़ेगा. बोले ठीक है. Then she says, Swamiji, I got problem. I say, I know, without that you will not come. Bolo, what is the problem? I came here to see my father. He came to receive me on the airport. He was so giggling, laughing, hugging, kissing. When we went home, and I was so happy and all that. Then after the second day, he started avoiding me. He never wanted to be in the same room where I was. He'll find some excuse and go away from me. I don't know what I have done. He is constantly smoking, drinking. He has never any spirituality in him. I said, if you are through, my diagnosis. I say, my diagnosis is, you must have started teaching your father that Papa, now you have got heart problem, you should not smoke, you should not drink, and you should study now Gita. This is the time for you to study Gita. See, I have studied Gita. Friends, whenever we go and teach our elders, it is an experience worse than that of death for the elders. Don't teach them. Then simply say yes without argument. Next moment he'll forget because they are old. But if you keep on arguing with them, you are creating a feeling of worse than death. Therefore, wherever I am, whenever I am, whatever I am, be 100%. So in front of your father, mother, be only like a child. That's it. Life will become beautiful. See? If you are in front of your kids, same rule. Be 100%. Whatever they ask, yes, 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 and never give. Over. After some time they get frustrated, stop asking. Don't argue, don't create arguments. But you are not telling what to do in front of the wife. Oh, that is the simplest one. When she is talking, you should keep quiet. When she is quiet, you should not talk. There will be peace. United Nations peace proposal. Life becomes easy, my friends. Very strong. I want that. I want that. Arey Ram, Ram, Ram. Others are not furniture. They are living being. See. In this manner, when slowly we start working in our day-to-day life, then alone we will have time, energy and attitude or aptitude to know what is happening inside. A person who is disturbed outside can never think about inside. Therefore, the spiritual life begins when we start working on our mind. Health starts when we start working on our body. We get up early morning, you go for a walk or go for running and change your diet and don't eat all rubbish kind of things. Then you are working on your health, body health. In the same manner, the day we start working on our mind, remember a great change, an event has happened in you. See? This body which is given to us by our parents, it is designed to be destroyed. Be attentive. But when you start working on your mind, mind is never destroyed. See? Therefore, in the spiritual field, it is said that the birth given by the parents is destined to be over. But when you are born as a seeker of truth, a seeker never dies. See? Never dies. And that seeker is born when we start working on our mind. Normally, our all attention is work on others. Try to improve the society. The one who created, he didn't know how to create the society, therefore we improve his world. Friends, this world has been always like this. There is nothing new in this world. See, many people ask the same question again and again. Swami, the world is so horrible. Why the world is horrible? So I said, I got only one answer to all your questions. Reflect, contemplate, think. Questions cannot be solved. Questions have to be dissolved. You solve one question, other question will be born. See, like allopathy. You suppress one disease, other comes up. See, friends, we have to again and again work on this. So I said, okay, let us think. Earlier the world was not bad. I don't think it was bad. What could be worse than today? I said, very good. Will the world will not be bad afterwards? Now what more bad than this can be possible? I said, very good. Earlier you were there. No, I was not there. Later you will be there. No, I will not be there. Now the world is bad and you are there. You change. These some funny things come in our head. See, हमने भगवान का इतना नाम लिया, ऐसा क्यों हो रहा? Are you obliging God or what? See, is he keeping account? किसने कितना नाम लिया? Delete. No. Therefore, next step to work on the mind. This is a very simple technique. Try. Whatever we do in our life, nobody needs it. It is our need that we do something. Very simple life. But we have that arrogance. I have done something for somebody. Many times parents have this peculiar thing. See? I made him grow so nicely and he doesn't listen to me. What you have done? Do you think that those children who don't have parents, they don't grow? See? You ask some, this dwarf person, hey, how come you did not grow? No parents, so could not grow. See? But what arrogance. And because of that they suffer. See, my friends. Therefore, earlier the world was like this, after the world is like this, today also the same thing. Nothing has changed. Then we have to change. See, if I am driving the car, I cannot complain why the traffic is unruly. You have to be capable of going through, negotiate through the turmoils of the driving. And normally we keep on complaining that this is bad, that is, no. Work on yourself. See? And once you take this as your spiritual practice, I am not telling you external anything, start working on your mind. And in that, first of all, we have to learn how the thought process is created. See? Thoughts cannot happen without reference to context. You have to have some reference. And when the reference is given, a status of reality, thoughts become very powerful. Suppose there is some reference and you do not give much importance to that reference, you will not be disturbed. See? Like we are having our satsang here and nice mantras are going on. Now if any one of us disturbed because of that, that means your attention has changed. Where are we? We are here. Let anything happen in the world. You can't stop the world. You can't change the world. We have to change ourselves. Therefore, you will see at the root or the seed of every thought, there is somebody sitting. So what should be our practice? Remain as Mr. Nobody. So when you are nobody, you are not specific, you are ordinary. See? Nobody cannot think. It is said, nobody is happy. It's very true. Nobody alone is happy. Somebody is always miserable. Try as a mother, father, brother, sister, husband, wife, you can never be happy. You remain as nobody. How to remain as nobody? Wherever you are, whenever you are, whatever you are, be 100%. How to do that? Karnataka. Drama karo. See? What is a drama? In drama, it appears you have become somebody great. You are Maharana Pratap, you are Nehru, you are Bhagwan Sri Krishna. But you know it is only drama. It is not real. But we do that drama so perfectly well that the other person feels, oh, really it is so. See, I am a great artist. I have done a lot of dramas. I'll tell you my experience. Once there was some drama where I was in that particular role. I was abused, tortured, and beaten. All that thing was going on. And earlier story has developed the emotional platform for the audience and sympathy towards me. And when the torture went to a height, all the audience take out their tissue paper and started wiping their tears through the nose. You know, in the latest fashion, they don't wipe their tears from the eyes, from the nose. On that also there is a question. Swamiji, you have got such a terrible observation. Why these girls or ladies these days, when they cry, they don't use the pallu and eyes, no, they take tissue paper and only the nose, they wipe the tears. I say, because there is a lacrimal duct, from that the tears flow here. There is a diversion. No, there must be some reason. I said, you want to know the reason? The reason is, if they wipe their eyes, eyelashes will come out. So much of makeup, it will end up in a breakup. Therefore, so when they were crying, that time what was happening to me? What was going on in my mind? Are Dumbo, I am paid to cry fake as an artist, and you have paid and crying really. It is just a drama. Don't take life too seriously. See, so many have come and gone. What difference it made? See, Kathopanishad says, Sasyamiyo martyaha pachyate, sasyamiva jayate punaha. Like the grass we grow, like the grass we perish. We are here only for one purpose, and that purpose is, let Narayana express through us. Then you will be happy. Because Narayana is not miserable. See? So if he is expressing, it is God expressing through you. What are the symptoms that the God is expressing through us? We are happy. See? And what are the symptoms? When the devil is expressing through us, we are miserable, we make everybody miserable. See, friends. And how can and when can God express through us? Be attentive. He can express through us only if we are completely emptied. Now, like this example I gave yesterday, this mic is between you and me. This mic has no purpose. It was in the box lying there. But it has a function. Be attentive. No purpose but function. And what is the function? Function is, when the voice or the sound has to be conveyed to a larger audience, it will amplify without adding its own sound. Sometimes it happens. These mics, they have got their own personality. So they will be having electronic onkar, om. Or sometimes this mic will start clearing its own throat, khar, 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 khar. Then what we do? We throw this mic away. Exactly the same way. Paramatma, his audience, his world, and we are like a mic. Now he wants to express through us. And he can express only happiness because he is bliss. But instead of expression of bliss through us, there are blisters coming out. How the bliss is converted into blister? Because of the strong personality. I. See, friends. So if somebody is happy, he is the instrument through which God is expressing. If somebody is miserable, he is a spoiled instrument. Then what Bhagavan will do? He will say, look here, my dear child, it is not your fault. I made you a human being. It was my fault. In the next life, you become a pig. Ahara nidra bhayamaithunancha. Eat, procreate, be worried and sleep. That is not the purpose of our life. See, the more we become aware of this, that we are here only to be a fit instrument through which the divine bliss can express. That is the only purpose. And for that, we have to remain a fit instrument. See? Bhagavan says in Bhagavad Gita, Uddhared atmanatmanam natmanam avasadayet atmaiva atmano bandhu atmaiva ripuratmanaha. Uddhared atmanatmanam. Don't destroy your opportunity. We are here to celebrate life, not calibrate. What did I get? You get nothing. See? Whenever we go to any vacation, what is our attitude? What is our approach to life during that vacation, 3, 4, 5 days? Let that be our attitude and approach during our whole life. In case of vacation, we know the date of departure. Here, it is not known. That is the only difference. Jana to hai. Why not live happily? See? And that is the choice given to us by the Lord. Again in Bhagavad Gita, 9th chapter probably, Bhagavan tells, earlier when we used to come here, they used to go give us the immigration time big form. And on that you have to write yes and no. A query, it was not a question. Are you carrying deadly weapons on your person? Yes, no. Are you a member of a terrorist organization? Yes, no. Are you doing this? Are you doing that? All these things. You have to choose, tick yes, no, yes, no. They don't compel you. Exactly the same way, when we were entering this world, God has given us immigration paper and told, Anityam asukham lokam imam prapya. Now you are entering the world which is full of miseries and tragedies. Question is asked, do you want to become miserable? Options are given yes and no. Those who tick mark yes, Bhagavan says tathastu. Friends, we are all miserable by choice. You don't choose to be miserable, you can never be miserable. Choice is given to us. See, we can attribute the cause of misery to others. Mother, father, husband, wife, brother, sister, neighbor, government, you can give the cause. Because of that, the miseries have come. But we are all miserable by our choice. See? You choose. If we cannot exercise our freedom to be happy, nobody can make us happy. See, but this is exactly what is our tragedy of life. We are trying to seek happiness. Don't seek happiness. Express happiness. This is what Bhagavan says in 3rd chapter of Gita. Mai sarvani karmani sanyasya adhyatma chetasa nirashi nirmamo bhutva yudhyasva vigata jvaraha. This is the meaning of karma yoga. Normally by karma yoga what people understand, you do lot of work and you do this. That is not karma yoga. That is useless. What is the real karma yoga? Sarvani karmani mai sanyasya. Whatever you are doing for me. See? Now when we do, like we have done the puja, Bhagavan's puja. So if we have to put the water to wash the God's idol or vigraha, we don't take the bathroom water. No, it's a pure clean water. Then if we had to pour milk on the Lord, then we don't take, yesterday leftover milk baby was drinking, put that. No, it's pure milk. See. The cloth, after that we dry the Lord's vigraha, we don't take the same cloth which is used for wiping the floor, usi ko lao. No. And the naivedya that we give is not a leftover, yesterday garam karke lao wahan se. No. Whatever is done for the Lord is the best. Clean, neat. Exactly. How to do that? Sarvani karmani mai sanyasya adhyatma chetasa. See? Now what happens? Whenever we are functioning, there are three areas where we get disturbed. First area is our past failures or past bad experiences. Nirmamo bhutva. And those experiences overpower our performance in the present. There was one student, I knew him very closely, a Gujarati boy. It so happened, he was supposed to appear in his second year examination, BSc or like that. But exactly that time of examination, something happened, food poisoning or whatever. He had very high fever and loose motion. He could not attend his examination. So 6 months gone. And very good, bright student. Then again he prepared, feeling bad, I lost 6 months. Again when the examination time came, same symptoms, loose motions and frustrated. He could not go for the examination, and again that time gone. This happened 3 times. And the college professors knew he is a bright student. Then they took his examination just like that and cleared him. Now why this happened? Because earlier failure was because of some disease, whatever condition, was so deep impact on his mind that the moment that particular situation comes, he is overpowered by the past memories. Friends, the wisdom is, don't carry the burden of memories on your head. Nirashi bhutva. It's over, it's over. See? Otherwise, what happens? The same old thing, when you have done this thing, that time I was there, now I will teach you. Hare Ram, Ram, Ram. Forget. Do you know the biggest gift God has given us? The ability to forget. Biggest gift. See? Take money from somebody and forget. He will suffer. You relax. Don't carry the burden of your past on your head. And it is here the generation gap between the youngsters and the old people like me. Old people are unable to stop talking about their past. And youngsters get frustrated. See? Remember one simple rule. Nobody is interested in our past. Everybody is concerned about their future. The more we start living in the present, nirmamo bhutva, drop everything. Then nirashi bhutva. Nirashi bhutva means what? We have certain planned agenda. This should happen, that should happen, and it doesn't happen. And we are frustrated. One example I tell you. There is a good friend of mine, and his daughter also very beautiful, highly educated, exported to some other country for some job. So from that company about half a dozen people went. And thereafter 2-3 years she stayed there, and she was coming back, and there was another boy, and they decided to get married. Now this girl is a goody sweet looking, and the boy is average like me. Now the question came, how can she get married to that boy? He is not from our culture. He is not our caste. Wow. And fighting started at home. So such problem they come to us. So the father said, Swamiji, you teach her something. I said, look here, don't shout at me. I am not your baby. Behave properly. No, Swamiji, I am disturbed, therefore. I said, then keep quiet. Then I talked to that girl. I said, hey, tell me, what is your opinion? Swamiji, I want to get married to him. I am clear about it. I said, very good, done. Get married, no problem. Then I told the father, I said, please get her married to that boy. The boy is not bad, is good. Swamiji, you also tell like that? Ganga, Yamuna, Saraswati? See? Then I had to look here. Do you know what is the cause of your misery? Your cause is you were having a dream of celebrating your daughter's marriage. Because whatever marriages you must have attended of your friends, children, you must be planning. Yes, when my daughter says, I will go to that hotel and book it like that. And that Panditji, he's a good Panditji. And blah, 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 blah. You have planned so many things in your head about the future. And now your daughter has selected somebody, and both of them do not want any high-fi marriage. They want a simple marriage in a temple, and thereafter signature and export. Because of that, you are miserable. You are not miserable because your daughter is getting married to someone she likes. Nirashe bhutva. Do not plan too much about the future. Learn to remain in the present. I don't know what is going to happen in the future. If you don't know, enjoy. Frustrated fellows. See? Then, past we are dropped. Future we are not worried. Now the present. Present excitement. See? Once I went to somebody's house for food. That is one of my professional hazard. I had to go to people's house for food. 365 multiplied by 3. So many houses I take food. You can imagine, that is the secret of my health. He who can digest all kinds of foods is me. So, I went to somebody's house, and then they give me first food. They don't give others. Because if I survive, then they can others. I am a universal guinea pig. So, after food was given, and I just ate it like that, finished. And then I said, hey, I had to go, I got some other appointment, so please allow me. So her husband dropped me. And thereafter, in the evening, her phone came, crying. So, Amiji, I'm so sorry. I said, what happened here? No, the food I gave, I said, it has come out. It is not no more in my body. Don't talk to that about the food. No. The dal was so much salt in that. And sabji was only spices. And now when I am eating, I am feeling so bad. How this happened? And I am so sorry. I said, look here. What I did, if you observed me, I was making a cocktail of the dal and sabji and eat. So the average spices and average salt was okay. Where is the problem? But why did it happen with me? She asked. I said, because you have not studied the 30th verse of 3rd chapter. See? Mai sarvani karmani sanyasya adhyatma chetasa. Whenever you are doing anything in your life, be attentive. Whenever you are doing anything in your life, begin in a cheerful mode. Not as a pressure, not as a burden, not out of fear. Whenever you do anything out of love, you will never go wrong. But instead of that, we get so excited. And an excited person cannot be cool. Therefore, Bhagavan says, Nirmamo bhutva, nirashi bhutva, vigata jvara. Vigata jvara means don't get excited in the present. And thereafter, yuddhyasva vigata jvara. Yuddhyasva. That doesn't mean start fighting. It means live your life on war footings. See? About this I had told in some of my lecture. Any Besant school of education somewhere in Melbourne, they invited me for a talk. And then, Swamiji, what is the topic you will talk? I said, anything you tell. No, we have to write you tell. I said, okay. Live on war footings. When I went there, that old lady, she said, Swamiji, we expected peace from you. Why did you bring war footings here? The world is already disturbed because of war. I said, oh my mother, Angrezi is your mother tongue. This you don't know. Living on war footing means you are 24/7 alert, vigilant and quiet. On war footing, you don't have holiday. If the enemy comes there with a gun, hey, excuse me, tea break, baad mein aana. No. We have to live our life perfectly every moment. See? Then you will be naturally happy. See? And for that, we have to know what is happening inside us, below the bonnet. Therefore, to live happily, this is the simplest method. Be in the present. Don't bring your past. Don't worry about the future. In the present, relax. And if you are relaxed, you are not struggling to prove something to somebody. We don't have to prove. What people will say? कुछ तो लोग कहेंगे, लोगों का काम है कहना, छोड़ो बेकार की बातें, अपने मौज में रहना. देखो महाराज, we become unnecessarily serious in life. See? भगवान did not create this world out of seriousness. यार दुनिया बनानी है, क्या करें? No. See? आनंदादेव खल्विमानि भूतानि जायन्ते आनंदेन जातानि जीवन्ति. This world is an expression of happiness. The misery is our created. In God's creation there is no misery. In our creation there is nothing but misery. See? God created a woman. No problem. We created a mother out of that woman. We created a wife out of that woman. We created a daughter out of that woman. And who is miserable? The mother is miserable, the daughter is miserable, and the wife is miserable. Where are they? Nowhere. These non-existing entities are miserable. How can we improve them? Only they have to realize this thing, that essentially we are divine. Don't get carried away by all the relational problems in life. It is always like this. When we thus correct our thinking process, you will see we don't need to solve any problem in life. All problems get dissolved there and then. Give it a try and be happy. If you are miserable, I have no problem. My market is maintained. Okay. Do you know the prayers of the doctors? Sarve bhavantu roginaha. They never say Sarve bhavantu sukhinaha, because if everybody becomes healthy, where they will go? In the same manner, if you are miserable, we are happy because then our market is maintained. Friends, remove our market and be happy. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.